let's say the dollar might never be the same, right? I mean, I think the biggest thing that's happened in the last 10 years in lots of ways, maybe longer, is when Europe, the US, said, hey Russia, those reserves that you thought were yours, they're not really your reserves. CEO of Galaxy Investment Partners Mike Novogratz took to Bloomberg Crypto to make a bold price prediction. The crypto bull discussed multiple topics in the condensed interview, including Bitcoin's use case, its relationship with Russia, and how the dollar will never be the same. While all of these topics are interesting, the interview really raised eyebrows when Mike Novogratz gave his Bitcoin price prediction for both the short-term and long-term. Listen to what he has to say, but first we'd like to shout out the sponsor of today's video, Mudrax, which is the best way to invest in the entire metaverse. Stay tuned till the end to learn more and get a 25 free bonus for your first investment. The dollar or treasuries as a risk-free asset isn't so risk-free. It's not risk-free if you're Russian, and maybe if you're Chinese your life might not be risk-free either. And so I think we're entering in a world that's unknown, where people are gonna struggle to figure out what is the reserve currency. The US isn't going away, right? The dollar's not going away, but it's not going to be the sole place, and so I think you're going to see this hodgepodge of assets. Gold, certainly digital assets are gonna be part of that bucket. The whole world's not gonna flip to Bitcoin overnight, but you're gonna see more and more people say, I wanna have some of my money outside of the sovereign. Digital assets is a big word, right? I think Bitcoin has this really beautiful lane of being digital gold, or a store of value. Everyone has a human right to have the fruits of their labor stored somewhere, and if you don't trust your government's currency, traditionally we put it in diamonds or gold. This is the first really digital version of that, and so I think that's Bitcoin's use case. Now listen, there's also a lot of other digital assets. There's digital, stable coins, or digital dollars or euros. There's things Ethereum, digital networks, and FDS, right? And so the revolution that's happening isn't just in one lane, but I think for Bitcoin it really is a place to store value. Listen, Bitcoin went up a lot last year on this story of the Fed printing money forever. That's what pushed all risk assets up, right? We had this unbelievable amount of liquidity, and it came off because the Fed Chairman Powell finally said, hey, I got to take this more seriously than I've been taking it, and I'm going to get hawkish. We're starting to see a little bit of a breakdown. I don't think Bitcoin can rally aggressively until we get a pause, and I would tell you that because Bitcoin's a narrative story. It's bringing people into a community. There are 150 million people into that community. Most are staying in it, right? That's the 8th biggest country in the world. It's bigger than Russia, so Bitcoin holders are a bigger country if you think it's sovereignty than Russia. But to bring new people in, it's hard when their house is on fire, and right now if you talk to any investor, Chinese stocks are cratering. Yeah, tech stocks are cratering. Their mindset isn't like, let me see where I can find more risk, and so what, we're going to hit a pause. The world, and let's pray to God. Do the Federal going wheel starts saying, hey, we've priced in the Fed, and once markets hit some equilibrium, I think you're going to see the narrative really take off. Listen, I think like the other bald Mike, the Nasdaq has further to go to the downside this year. I think literally the Fed hasn't even started hiking rates. They haven't started pulling liquidity from the system, and so the whole year thought we'd be a 30,000 50,000 range in Bitcoin. Risk to the upside, not the downside. But I think 5 years out, if Bitcoin's not at 500,000, I'm wrong on the adoption cycle. Alright, we see an adoption cycle that accelerates. Bitcoin grew so much faster last year. Crypto grew than the internet did its best years in the 90s, and so I see this going viral everywhere, if it's in the Mideast or in pension funds in the United States, all getting ready to participate. To watch the full interview, check the link in the description. What do you think of Novogratz's prediction here? Leave a comment, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.